One of the most crucial jobs as a defender is the ability to win and maintain possession of the ball, a skill that becomes increasingly more difficult when the ball is in the air. I know for me as a player, one of the most challenging situations that I would face is when the other team would send a long ball over top of my head and I'd be tracking back, facing my own goal with tons of pressure on my back. In this situation, a lot of players will opt to just clear the ball wide and out of bounds, but the issue with that is now the other team's got the ball and they've won possession in your end of the field close to your own goal. So how do we win the ball and keep possession to play down the field? Follow along with this video to find out. In today's video, we're working with Kyle, who is a 2011 ECNL player. As a defensive player and someone who competes at the highest level of youth soccer, we want Kyle to be comfortable winning the ball out of the air when he's facing his own goal, dealing with pressure from an opponent on his back, and being able to turn and complete a pass downfield to keep possession for his team. And all the elements of this drill will help Kyle achieve each of those things. As we dive into today's drill, we're gonna start by coaching Kyle on how to properly move his body in a defensive position as he's tracking the ball and the footwork that goes along with that. Then we'll get into a proper smother touch and how to effectively bring the ball to the ground and keep it there. And finally, we'll talk about how he can manipulate his body while doing the smother touch to turn and then possess the ball downfield. And as a bonus, guys, we're gonna be throwing in various types of technical turns along the ground to improve Kyle's ability to turn under pressure and then again, complete target passes down the field to his teammates. Okay guys, so as we jump into today's drill, the first thing that I want you guys to focus on is how I teach Kyle to move his body into position as he's about to track the ball over his head. The first thing that we want him to do is to apply pressure to his opponent's back as they are about to maybe receive a pass from a teammate. So we teach Kyle to check in and apply a little pop to that defender. He wants them to know that he is there. Now, in this drill, the ball doesn't actually come to this player and it stays on the foot of their teammate. As that person is about to transition and play a long ball over top of Kyle's head, that's when we're gonna coach him on how to move his feet. So he checks in, he applies that little bit of pressure, his eyes are up, he knows when that ball is about to get played over his head, and he positions himself on the half turn. We position ourselves in this way, guys, because we wanna make sure that when we're running, we can see the ball at all times. If I turn my back completely, I don't know where that ball is, and if I lose sight of it, I'm pretty much done. So I turn my body on the half turn, and as that ball starts to come over my head, I'm gonna do what I call a little crossover step so that I can transition into a run down the field. So I'm gonna take my front foot and cross over my body as I'm running, but looking over my shoulder to see where that ball would be. Again, guys, that ensures that I know where that ball's at all times, and it's going to help me take a much more effective first touch. So now the ball is going towards your own goal, it's bouncing, and you're facing your own net. How do we take the touch to not only get it to the ground, but then to turn and play down the field away from our goal? This is the bulk of what we're teaching Kyle today, and this is the focus of what I want you guys paying attention to as we work through the drill. So we call this a smother touch. Now, the key to the smother is timing. What I don't wanna do is lift my foot too early while the ball's still up here, because what's gonna happen is I'm just gonna kinda knock it away, probably towards my own goal. Instead of lifting my foot up too early, I'm gonna be patient and I'm gonna time this touch. I wanna watch as this ball falls all the way towards the ground, and just as it hits the floor, I'm gonna get my foot on top of this ball, say about a 45-degree angle, and I'm just gonna push it back into the turf. That is the smother action. So ball's falling, 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 and just as it hits the ground, I push it back into the turf and it lays nice and flat for me. This is going to help me keep possession so much easier than if that ball is still bouncing around and now I've got to take another touch to control it. So in addition to coming down on the ball at about a 45-degree angle, it's also important what part of your foot actually makes contact with the ball. So for a lot of players, they'll try using the bottom of their foot and kind of slam the ball back into the ground like that, which again, doesn't help us because the ball is still bouncing. So instead, I'm gonna bring my knee over the ball. Imagine it's still just about to hit the ground. And I'm gonna use the inside of my foot to make soft, contact on that ball. The last thing to keep in mind is that we don't want this ball to shoot out 5-10 yards down the field. I want to keep this ball right in front of me. So the way that I come down on this ball has to be nice and soft. We describe it to Kyle as it being effortless. So ball's falling, just as it's about to hit the ground, I make contact on a 45-degree angle using the inside of my foot, nice and gently, so the ball stays right with me. All right, guys, so now that you know how to smother the ball, what part of your foot to use, how to time the touch, now the key is, how do I go from facing my own goal to facing the goal that my team is attacking? The way that we're gonna do this is by getting our hips around the ball prior to taking the touch. And I want you guys to pay close attention to how we work this with Kyle in the drill, and I'll show you right here. So as the ball is falling, what I'm going to be doing is getting my body around the ball just before I make contact, and then I'll smother so that you can see I went from facing my goal to facing the other goal. So in action, that's gonna look like this. Now, the final piece of the puzzle is making sure that we actually keep possession. We've done the hard part. We've brought the ball down. We've had pressure on our back. We were able to manipulate our hips to turn and face the goal that we want to score on, but now we've got to complete that pass. In all likelihood, there's still pressure on your back. So we want to make sure that we scan, so we get our head up, we look around, we find our teammate, and then we get our eyes back down on the ball as we complete that pass. Pop, good. Track it, cross step. Get there, good, find me. Turn the corner, what do you got? Good, play. Hey, good job to run through it. We'll get the next one. Can I show you one more thing on the squeeze, the smother? I don't think you're getting around it enough. I think the ball's still here, your body is still behind it, right? And you're trying to do one of those. Take one more step past the ball, right? So if I'm tracking this down, I'm gonna come there. You see how I'm completely squared up? Like as I'm taking the touch, I'm already around, and now I'm facing where I want to go next. Yes, keep your eye on the ball though, right? Get all the way around it, keep your eye on the ball. There you go, now look at where you're running, back towards me, right? Or in a game, up the field. Drop, cross step. Keep running, yes, find me. Now drop back, create space, turn the corner. Yes, play. It's a good finish. I don't think we meant to do that, but it's a good finish. You were reaching. So one more step, eyes down, touch. Crossover step, crossover. Read it. Ball, get there, come on. Now reset your feet. Turn the corner. Yes. Really nice. Way better, love it, Kyle, love it. That set you up way better. Way bigger touch, give you way more space with the ball out from underneath your feet. I like it. Touch, hips, crossover step. Get there, come on, smother. Good, Kyle, ball. Turn, what do you got? Yes, hips, square up. Really good. Possibly your best one as a complete set. Great smother touch, fantastic turn, excellent finish, way to run through it. Can we get 3 more like that? Mix up the turns now, be creative, do what you want, okay? Crossover, track it, smother it. Eyes, give me a good pass. Get your feet set, turn. Yes, play. Way better. That is the time to use that touch. Why did you use the touch that time? I led you, exactly right. It's not when it's coming at you and you're jammed. Ball's in front of you and you can step into the touch, way better. Pop, track, smother. Good, Kyle, ball. Turn. Yes, touch, good, run through it. Good, better. Hey, really nice job. Great turn too, especially from a not so perfect pass. Crossover step, good, smother it, keep getting around it. Stay with it. Turn. Yes, play, keep running, don't stop running. Use your left foot, but good. I like that turn a lot. Great turn, that's the first time you chose to use the outside of your foot, and it took you directly towards that target. It was perfect. Well-weighted touch too. Side on, track it, smother, hips around it. Good, ball, better, turn. Yes, play. Better, that's a good one, Kyle. That time you ran through it. That's a very near miss. We are okay with that. Your teammate will receive that pass. He can move his feet on the field. Much, much better, right? Pop, good, track it. Smother, scan. Good, time it, turn. Play, eyes down. Good choice, really good, Kyle. Really good. Good, track it. Time it. Yes, great choice, Kyle, great choice. Turn. Yes, play, good. I'll take it. I like that. Great turn, well-timed run. Smart to take the extra touch. Why'd you take the extra touch that time? Yeah, you needed space and you kept your momentum going. Super good. Time it. Good. Ball, find it. Good. Turn. Good. Keep running, straight. Yes. Good choice. For 1 second, were you gonna go to that one? Good job to keep running the way you faced. That's a great turn to finish on. Awesome stuff, how do you feel? Good, great session today. All right, guys, I know that we just gave you a ton of information to sort through as you work to master your ability to bring a bouncing ball down and keep possession of it. But there are 3 main things that I want you guys to focus on and continue to remember as you work through this on your own. The first being how to time that smother touch and how to make contact with the ball so that it stays on the floor for you. The second being how to manipulate your hips and get around the ball so that you can turn and face the goal that you're attacking. And then the last would be ensuring that you get your head up, you're working on your vision, you scan the field, and you complete that pass. Thanks as always for being with us and hanging out with us today, you guys. Make sure that you subscribe to our channel for even more soccer content, and we'll see you back here next week.